As Donald Trump continues to try to fight the release of any information from the White House on the day of January 6th, he needs to be a little concerned because according to a new report from CNN, at least 5 former staffers have been quietly cooperating with the January 6th Select Committee. Now, the committee sent out a lot of requests to a lot of former Trump staffers, both low-level, what they call second-tier staffers, and of course some higher-ups. And according to the report, 5 of them, at least that we know of, voluntarily said, yeah, I'll come talk to your committee. I'll come give you all the information I have. No worries about it. You don't even have to subpoena me. Because that's the big difference here, folks. These were not subpoenas. These were just requests. You know, like, hey, do you want to come to my little committee over here and talk to it? Yeah, sure, absolutely, I'll do that. That's what these people agreed to. They didn't have to be subpoenaed. Now, again, they sent out lots of requests. Most of the individuals who got the request either did not respond or outright declined. And of course, we do not know the identities of these individuals that have been cooperating. But the fact that this has been going on essentially in secret tells us that this committee is moving forward at a faster pace than a lot of us thought they were. You know, we had those grand televised hearings back in August where they brought in the police officers to tell the horrible stories about what happened that day. And then we've had news reports of subpoenas not being honored, possible criminal charges, Donald Trump suing to stop the release of information. It's seemed, publicly at least, like the committee isn't doing a whole heck of a lot, but now we know that they are. And that is a great thing to know at this point, because even I was thinking that, wow, they're really not doing that much. But they are. They're moving forward, they're talking to people, they're getting testimony, and Trump's in trouble. Especially because that isn't the only development that we learned of this week. On Monday, Biden's White House counsel, Dana Remus, actually sent a letter to the National Archives, who Donald Trump had sued last week to try to stop the release of his materials from January 6th. And they said, hey, these are not covered by executive privilege because the actual executive, Joe Biden, isn't exerting that privilege. So you can turn over everything the committee has requested. Again, another major blow to Donald Trump. And of course, this came the day after the bombshell report from Rolling Stone that revealed that at least 2 of the Capitol rioters said they had been colluding essentially with Republican lawmakers, Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, and former advisor Katrina Pearson, who was acting as the liaison between the White House and the rally organizers. So a lot of things have happened this week. But the good news is that the committee is moving forward. The committee is talking to people. And of course, the Biden White House says we're not going to obstruct anything. And in fact, we're going to nullify Donald Trump's claim of executive privilege over the documents from that day. This episode is brought to you by CuriosityStream, a subscription streaming service that offers thousands of nonfiction movies and shows from some of the world's best filmmakers, including exclusive originals. CuriosityStream is extremely affordable at under $20 per year. CuriosityStream is the world's first streaming service addressing our lifelong quest to learn, explore, and understand. They feature fascinating true stories that are entertaining and engaging without the reality show nonsense. And it's available on many platforms. They have a web app. You can get it on Roku, Android, Xbox One, smart TVs, iOS, Chromecast, Amazon Fire, Amazon Kindle, and Apple TV. It's available worldwide, and the content spans categories such as science, nature, history, tech, society, music, and much, much more. CuriosityStream covers stories in ways you've never seen before, and they're adding new and exciting titles all the time as well. Some of the new films and shows that are being released every month, a great new addition is Kurdistan, the untold story of Mesopotamia, which looks at the amazing history of the Middle East. You should also check out 9/11 Kids, the stories of the children that were present in the classroom when Bush learned about the attacks on the World Trade Center. Absolutely phenomenal film. So go to curiositystream.com/ROF for unlimited access to the world's top documentaries and nonfiction stories. And for our fans, use promo code ROF and you will save 25% off, which comes out to only $14.99 per year, which is just $1.25 per month. So click the link below to go to curiositystream.com/ROF, save 25% right now. That's just $14.99 per year.